boom, that, boom, 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 that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll be right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it, pop it, lock it, drop it. Boom, boom, that, boom, boom, that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll be right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it, 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 pop it, lock it, drop it. Boom, boom, that, boom, 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 that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it, pop it, lock it, drop it. Boom, boom, that, boom, boom, that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it, 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 pop it, lock it, drop it. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it. Pop it, lock it, drop it. Boom, boom, that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it. Pop it, lock it, drop it. Boom, boom, that. Boom, boom, that. They wonder how I dance like that. 2 steps forward, then I'll bring it right back. Pop it, lock it, drop it. 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 Pop it, lock it, drop it.
Hello, welcome back. Okay, listen. So we're going to start with Arnold's. Chad Arnold. I would like to go really deep into Jason Arnold. I pretty much did one time. I made a video, and I'm going to start with that because I want to remind people that Fred has made some statements about Jason Arnold, and Jason Arnold has a very shady past, even though he was unalive. Bless his mom, I feel bad, and I heard his mom is a nice person. However, Chad's on drugs too, and is that a result of his brother's unaliving? They found Jason Arnold's bones scattered all over. Fred had a lot of interest in the case. Him and Chad remained friends, so much so that Chad was the one that closed up. Actually, that's where we'll start with 6 Up. This is a very short video, but Chad is the one that closed up Fred's mom's grave.
We were there for the
Fred,
funeral.
is that the one that Fred was not there for, right?
Correct. We kept waiting. We kept kind of holding off on starting the service, thinking, Fred will be here in a minute. We were waiting. And, here comes Chad's truck up to the cemetery, and he has a friend with him. And he tells someone that Fred wasn't coming, that he was sent by Fred to be there on his behalf. So we proceeded with the funeral. The service was over, and Mom didn't have insurance. So we had to do everything as cheap as possible, which meant we didn't have nobody to fill in the grave if we didn't do it. So there was a whole group of us, family and everybody. And Chad was also one of those that was, he said Fred wanted him to help with that. So, he didn't say nothing to nobody the whole time. It took 2 hours to fill Mom's grave in. And then there was, I'll get a dirt bag over. And he said, y'all can load that up in my truck and I'll go and put it on my driveway. And that'll get rid of some of it. And we said, oh, okay. So we all pitched in and loaded the back of his truck up with dirt. And we had got to the point where we couldn't load his truck up no more. We couldn't do nothing else. So we called it a wrap. And he went and got in his truck and shut the door. And he looked out his window. And he said, well, and this is the first time he actually talked during the whole time that he was there. He said, well, Karen, what do you think about the whole Summer Wells thing? And I said, well, I see what I see on YouTube, and it's a whole crap show as far as that's concerned. I said, but as far as Summer Wells, I said, I don't know what to think. I think that when the truth comes out, it will probably devastate a whole community because it's just unbelievable. And I don't know if it was just a poor choice of words. I mean, he didn't offer condolences over Mom passing away, nothing. He asked about Summer Wells and what I thought about it, and his response was that every time somebody goes missing around here, no, that's not what he said. Every time somebody around here gets murdered, I'm the first one they talk to.
What?
I just kind of stood there and looked at him. I just kind of stood there and looked at him. I'm like, well, first of all, she's a missing little girl. Nobody has said she's been murdered. And I'm at my mother's funeral, and you're not even offering condolences, but this is what is on your mind.
To me,
and I
you guys,
just stood there looking at him, and there was nothing else said. He cranks up, and he pulls out. And I was just standing there dumbfounded. And there was others beside me that were just as dumbfounded. We didn't know Fred.
So I get it. Your mother has passed away. But the fact that Chad Arnold mentioned the Summer Wells case to you and you're angry about it really bothers me. He didn't offer no condolences, no nothing. He just got in his truck and pulled away. Well, that's odd behavior, Karen. And I would like to know, did you turn that into the TBI? Because I want to know, was Jason and Chad and Fred really friends? Did they ever have fights? I am going to now play this video. It's a 16-minute video that I made concerning, I don't remember what's all in it, but it's deep. And it's concerning Jason Arnold.
A complaint of an intoxicated driver at a Church Hill gas station Sunday evening resulted in 2 arrests, one for meth possession and one for pill trafficking. Shortly before 7 p.m. Sunday, Church Hill Police Department Officer Ethan Mays responded with other city and county officers to the Marathon gas station located at 201 South Central Avenue. HCSO Deputy Josh Bird arrived first on the scene, followed by Officer Isaac Hutchins and Mays. Mays was speaking with the driver, Timothy Sean Dennis, 37, 2013 Brown Drive, Rogersville, when a female exited the store and walked over to the vehicle. The female reportedly admitted she was a passenger in the vehicle. Dennis reportedly stated there wasn't anything illegal in the vehicle and then consented to a search. When Mr. Dennis exited the vehicle, I observed a small blue pill in plain view on the driver's seat, Mays said. The pill was believed to be an alprazolam. I then requested Deputy Wesley Seals of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office Narcotics Unit, K-9 Division, to respond to my location. While waiting, I observed Jason Arnold exit the bathroom of the store and walk toward the east end of the building. Mays added, I noticed the female subject attempting to talk to Mr. Arnold. I asked her if he had been in the car with them as well, and she advised me that he was the front seat passenger. Arnold reportedly denied having any illegal items on his person, although CHPD officer Dustin Dean located 3 syringes in the bathroom garbage can. Arnold allegedly admitted to putting them there. I noticed the front of Mr. Arnold's shorts appeared to be distorted, Mays said. Officer Hutchins asked Mr. Arnold to shake his shorts, and upon doing so, I observed a small clear baggie fall to the ground. Inside the baggie, I observed a clear rock-like substance consistent with ice, a very pure form of meth. Mays added, Mr. Arnold then stated he had the right to an attorney and declined to answer any further questions. The amount of meth was estimated at approximately 1 gram. Seals and his K9 partner Bach performed a walk around of the vehicle, and Bach alerted it. A subsequent search of the vehicle yielded 3 small baggies containing 5 alprazolam pills each. Dennis was charged with possession of Schedule 4 narcotics with intent to deliver. Arnold was charged with possession of meth and possession of drug paraphernalia. Both are scheduled for arraignment Monday in Hawkins County Sessions Court.
Way they done a couple cases in the past and stuff, like my best friend. He went missing December the 8th. They had his body December 21st. We tried to report him missing same day.
Churchill. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is requesting the public's assistance in locating a missing person. The family of Jason Anthony Arnold reported him missing on December 29th. However, he has not been seen or heard from since December 8th. He resides in the Churchill area, and his last known location was in Mount Carmel. Arnold, a 40-year-old white male, is described as 5 feet 6 inches tall and 135 pounds, with a medium complexion, brown hair, blue eyes, some facial hair, and numerous tattoos. Arnold's family is very concerned about his safety and requests that anyone with information about his whereabouts contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at 423-272-6514 or Hawkins County Central Dispatch 423-272-7121. Any information about Arnold's location can be confidential.
They tell us we can't report him missing because they seen him that day. But what they didn't tell us, they put him in a body bag that day. 2 years later, coroner folks up and called his mom. That's how we find out he's dead. They bring the cadaver dog, everything out, played a role. They put up big rewards, all that, during that 2 years.
The mother of the Hawkins County man who has been missing since December 8th has posted a $1,000 reward for information that leads directly to her son being located. Peggy Hundley told the Times News on Monday she hasn't given up hope that her son, 40-year-old Jason Anthony Arnold, is still alive. With so much time having lapsed since Arnold went missing, however, Hundley is still hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. I'd like for people to look on their property and see if there's any signs of his body, Hundley said. He's had health problems in the past. I thought maybe he could have been walking on the road and something happened, or there could have been foul play where somebody did something. I don't know which it is, but he's gone and nobody can find him. Although Arnold's family hasn't seen or heard from him since December 8th, he wasn't reported missing until December 29th. Arnold resides in the Churchill area, but his last known location was in Mount Carmel. He is a white male, 5 feet 6 inches tall and 135 pounds. He has a medium complexion, brown hair, blue eyes, some facial hair, and numerous tattoos. It's not like him to disappear like this, Hundley said. That's not his character. He's always at home. He's never done this before. He's never left without notifying us. He's always called me. She added, this is horrible because you don't know if he's dead or if he's alive. And if he's dead, we don't want him out exposed. We want to bury him. Anyone with information about Arnold's whereabouts is asked to contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office Detectives Division at 423-272-6514 or Hawkins County Central Dispatch at 423-272-7121.
I mean, just like they're doing something. I mean, search all it. And they didn't have his body.
What was
Why
his
would they
name?
do all that?
What was your friend's name?
Jason Arnold.
Some more breaking news tonight in Hawkins County. That's where investigators today asked for the public's help in a death investigation. The sheriff's office said remains were found in late 2017 that now have been identified as Jason Arnold. The remains were found near Cherry Lane in Churchill near his home. Arnold was reported missing in December 2016, about a year before his remains were located. Today, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said the cause of Arnold's death has not been determined. They have now notified family, and they're asking that anyone with information about what may have happened to him to call the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office right away.
Hawkins Sheriff seeks details about how man died. From staff and contributed reports Jan 31, 2019. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Department on Wednesday conclusively identified the skeletal remains found in the Churchill community in November 2017 as those of Jason Arnold. Arnold was 40 years old when he was reported missing in the Mount Carmel area of Hawkins County in December 2016, authorities say. The case is getting a lot of attention, Hawkins County Chief Deputy Tony Allen said this morning. He says 4 HCSD detectives have been assigned to the criminal inquiry, and they're being assisted by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Allen says medical examiners at the James H. Quillen College of Medicine could not determine the cause of death. "We have followed up on all leads in this case," Allen said. After Arnold's skull was found, cadaver dogs searched the area and found more of Arnold's bones. The bones were found near Arnold's home. The sheriff's department learned of the positive ID in November 2018. Those with information about Arnold's death are encouraged to contact the HCSO at 423-272-4848.
But see, Hawkins County didn't like him.
Why didn't they like
I
him?
mean,
Just
he went in, if they got in trouble, he went for his time right then, and he give them hell. I mean, really give them hell at the jail and stuff.
Church Hill, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office confirmed Wednesday that human remains discovered in 2017 in Church Hill were those of missing Mount Carmel resident Jason Arnold. Although Arnold's family hadn't seen or heard from him since December 8, 2016, he was reported missing 3 weeks later. Arnold, who was 40 at the time he went missing, resided in the Church Hill area, but his last known location was in Mount Carmel. In November 2017, the HCSO was notified that a human skull had been found in the area of Cherry Lane in Church Hill. The HCSO, along with other local and state agencies, conducted 3 searches of the area using cadaver canines and grid searches. Skeletal remains were found on top of the ground in one general location, near Arnold's home. The remains were sent to the James H. Quillen College of Medicine and were then transferred to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System with UNT Health Science Center in Fort Worth, Texas. In November 2018, the HCSO was notified the remains were determined to be Arnold. The remains were found on a neighboring property in the area behind his home in a field. After receiving the identification, the HCSO notified Arnold's family. The cause of death could not be determined. Anyone who has information that could help determine what happened in this case is asked to contact the HCSO Detectives Division.
so you're saying, okay, they
They
said
didn't care if he was dead or not, really, what I was saying. You know, what I was trying to get at.
Church Hill, Jason A. Arnold, 40, went to be with the Lord in December 2016. Jason was saved by the Lord at Cold Springs Baptist Church. He was born in Sullivan County and lived most of his life in Church Hill. Jason was a loving and devoted father, grandfather, son, and brother. He worked setting mobile homes and construction until his health made him unable to do so. He was a #1 jack of all trades. There was no job he would not undergo. He was preceded in death by his father, Billy D. Arnold, grandparents, Ivan and Faye Carter Woods and Donald Arnold, stepfather, Darrell Hundley. Those left to cherish Jason's memories are his son, Justin Arnold, daughters, Amber Arnold and Cassidy Arnold, granddaughters, Zoe Arnold and Annabelle Arnold, mother, Peggy Hundley, grandmother, Margaret Arnold, brother, Chad Arnold, Francis, nephew, Hunter Arnold, mother of his children, Mendy Arnold, special uncles, Gary Woods, Stella, Lyle Woods, Peggy, Keith Woods, Dale Woods, Paula, and Gail Woods, Zelma, several cousins and many friends. A graveside service will be conducted at 2 p.m. on Saturday, February 9, 2019 at McFeeters Bend Cemetery. Those wishing to attend the graveside service are asked to meet at the cemetery by 1:45 p.m.
Because he did move a little bit drugs, but nothing like they wanted loud, you know. They wanted to put it out there like he was the kingpin of all kingpins.
what about
Has he gotten really bad since his brother passed away or something?
Yeah. That hurt all of us, man. Bad. It fucked us up. Jason was a good person. He really was. He didn't deserve what he got. And the law didn't do a damn thing about it.
Well, since you know the Arnolds really well, you know Jason and Chad, you know them for 20 years. Can you tell us what you know then about when Jason Arnold went up and shot up Alan Ajon's property in Church Hill on Goshen Road? Did you hear of that?
Hey,
Yeah, I heard about it.
There's an RJ in the back. I don't know if it's a RJ that's always in the chat. Is it your camera's on? Is that okay?
So then you're aware then Jason Arnold worked for Dudley Ajon's dad and uncle. Because see, everyone says there's no connection between Dudley Ajon and that family and the Arnolds, but there's a connection, right? Because
I couldn't say. I just know of the incident, but I don't know what it was over.
Okay. Well, the newspaper,
I think it was over Jason's son. I'm not sure.
Well, the newspaper said that it was because Jason Arnold went up there to get collect his paycheck and was mad about not getting paid, and then that's
That
what
sounds
the
like
newspaper
Jason.
said. Okay.
A Churchill man has been arrested following an investigation into shots being fired at an occupied residence. Jason A. Arnold, 25, 170 California Avenue, Churchill, was charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault Tuesday. Officials say Arnold reportedly went to the residence of his former employer, Alan Ajon, to inquire about unpaid wages due to him by Ajon. Hawkins County Sheriff's Department Sergeant Greg Larkin said he responded to a call of gunfire at 1747 Goshen Valley Road around 8:25 p.m. Monday evening. Larkin said he arrived to find what appeared to be bullet holes in front of the house. 3 holes were found in the double glass door, 1 hole in the door frame, 1 hole in a post on the porch, and 2 more possible holes in a wall beside the door, officials said. Larkin said he spoke with 2 adult females who were present at the residence during the alleged shootings. Ajon was not home at the time of the shootings. The women reported they were in the front section of the house when they heard the first shot and said they grabbed their children ages 5 months and 5 years and ran to the kitchen area. One of the females said as they were running to the kitchen, she saw a man running down the driveway, and she reportedly identified the man as Arnold, officials said. The women also told Larkin that Arnold had been at the home earlier that day and had a confrontation with Ajon. A report was filed earlier in the day by Deputy David Benton verifying Ajon had reported Arnold broke a tail light on his vehicle. Ajon, a local contractor who was arrested in December in Kingsport for robbery and kidnapping, is currently free on $75,000 bond. He was also charged in November 1999 in Hawkins County for possession of stolen property for allegedly taking a dump truck from BJ Church and Company. Detective Eve Jackson said she investigated the shooting and said that enough possible evidence was found on the scene to charge Arnold with 4 counts of aggravated assault. One of the females said as they were running to the kitchen, she saw a man running down the driveway and she reportedly identified the man as Arnold, officials said. The woman also told Larkin that Arnold had been at the home earlier in the day and had a confrontation with Ajon. A report was filed earlier in the day by Deputy Dave Benton verifying Ajon had reported Arnold broke a tail light on his vehicle. Ajon, a local contractor who was arrested in December in Kingsport for robbery and kidnapping, is currently free on $75,000 bond. He was also charged in November of 1999 in Hawkins County for possession of stolen property for allegedly taking a dump truck from BJ Church and Company. Detective Eve Jackson said she investigated the shooting and said that enough probable evidence was found on the scene to charge Arnold with 4 counts of aggravated assault. Arnold is free on $15,000 bond and is scheduled for a preliminary hearing March 14th. So, hold on, guys. What you just seen was Fred's best friend, Chad's brother, and his deep history with criminal shit, including a kidnapping and wiretapping. that included the age-ons. There was a whole lot of that went on. There's another case. I don't know. I have to look. I have to fact check and see if it's the same case. But in one of these cases, Kathy Gordon's family is connected. It's the one with Bowers, and I'm not sure if Jason Arnold was in that one or this is a different one, but I have to look. But you can see he was charged with wiretapping, or Ajon was one of them. I think it was Ajon. Okay. So anyways, that's Fred's best friend. Now we're going to move on to Crystal Spencer's mother. She talks about Chad in this video. This is a 6-minute video. She talks about Bill Benton and all the people that nobody would bring out at the beginning of Summer's case that are now starting to come out more often with Fred and Ziggy. And something I forgot to show you guys in my earlier live was Fred talking about Bill Benton and their fight, but I have a video I'm going to pull up and we're going to watch that at the end of this segment because we're moving on to something else too. Okay, hold on.
What I know is, you know what? I should have died in this accident. I was in a coma for 8 weeks. The guy that hit me, I can't think of his name, but I know his face. And I know who he lives with. He lives with Vicky Dyke. That's her boyfriend. Okay? Mm-hmm. He hit me. And he come up to me when I was down there last year. He came up to me, and I looked at him, and he says, "You remember me?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I remember you." That's all I said because there's a bunch of people around. And all I was thinking was, I remember you every time I want to get out of bed. Every day I want to take a shower and I can't do it. Every time I want a glass of water and I can't get to it. Yeah, I think of you. I think you every time I go to roll over at every floor I have on my bottom. I think of you.
I'm so
I forgive
sorry.
you for my accident and put me in a wheelchair. But you and me got to talk about what you did to me because you're still getting drunk. He got drunk down there, trashed the motorcycle that I was going to buy off of him. It was a Virago, and I have a Virago. I was going to bring it back to life. And he trashed his motorcycle. You want to know how I know? Because I made it home, and his girlfriend called me. Can you tell me why your phone number's in my boyfriend's pocket? I said, yeah. I said, I was going to buy a Virago. And she said, he ain't nothing but garbage now. He's in the hospital. He wrecked it. And that was 2 days after I got home. She calls me. He was in the hospital. He got trashed when I was down there. You know, and I told, I don't know if you know Francis Dykes.
I don't, but I've heard the name Dykes.
Okay, well, Francis Chad is her husband. Okay, so Chad and the guy that hit me are best friends. So I tell Francis I know who hit me. So you know that she knows who hit me, who put me in my wheelchair. I said, and I told her, I said, yesterday I texted her because I passed my driver. I was excited. I wanted everybody to know I passed my driver. I'm going to get in the damn car,
Right.
So she told me, she said, I'm so happy for you. And she says, I knew.
You aren't related, Kathy, but your son is, correct? He's a Bowers. I looked it up. He's also a Simpson. He also got out of the car at a Simpson's home on the day you drove Fred all around. Do you remember that, Kathy? It's your son who is related to these people. You used to have sex with them. You made a baby.
I do it. And then I told her, I says, I forgave the man that hit me. I forgive him for putting me in my wheelchair, but me and him are going to talk about every time how hard it is for me to do something. Every time I have to get out of bed. Everything I have to do, what he's done to me.
Yeah.
I said,
Okay, so we don't need to listen to that no more. My point was to show you Chad and Bill Benton are best friends. And then Bill Benton, we're going to pull that back up. Hold on.
Come out of it.
I know Vicky died. She hung around Vicky Dobbs for a while.
Vicky died.
Yeah, I don't think that she's been wasted or nothing, but she hadn't lived around. She used to live when you get there in the holler and you turn up the main road, the first house on the left. That's where they hung out a lot. Wales used to go out there and drink with Vicky's old man, which is Bill Benton. See, he got arrested down here
Bill Benton?
about 6 months ago or so, at the Waleses.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? 6 months ago?
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
After someone went missing? For what?
They had a party or something, what I gathered or heard, you know, they had a cookout party or something other, and I don't know, those did like 5 or 6 of them beat him up or something, and called law on him or something.
And this was at 110? This was at 110 Ben Hill?
Yeah.
Bill Benton.
Yeah.
Did Donnie ever come into some money that you knew about or anything?
About $80,000. I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
They're gonna kill him.
Huh?
They're gonna kill him. They're gonna hurt him.
The drug cartel, is that what you said? They're gonna kill him, they're gonna hurt him?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't think about Donnie or whatever went on with the cartel. But I don't know anything about that. I've never heard about it until now.
Right. Yeah, I know you don't, Candace, and that's
him. They're trying to kill him. And they're beating Donnie up.
The cops are beating Donnie up? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're gonna beat him up, Candace. I think they probably
They are.
Come out of it.
I know Vicky died. She hung around Vicky Dobbs for a while.
Vicky died.
Yeah, I don't think that she's been wasted or nothing, but she hadn't lived around. She used to live when you get there in the holler and you turn up the main road, the first house on the left. That's where they hung out a lot. Wales used to go out there and drink with Vicky's old man, which is Bill Benton. See, he got arrested down here
Bill Benton?
about 6 months ago or so, at the Waleses.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? 6 months ago?
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
After someone went missing? For what?
They had a party or something, what I gathered or heard, you know, they had a cookout party or something other, and I don't know, those did like 5 or 6 of them beat him up or something, and called law on him or something.
And this was at 110? This was at 110 Ben Hill?
Yeah.
Bill Benton.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this other video up. Hold on, I gotta stop that. Okay. Ooh, we're going to present. Kathy, it's in the video. I was looking for the video. Karen Elliott sent me it, and I searched before here. I went to Ziggy's to look, but I know that I've showed it. And I know I showed your son getting out of the car. So just hold on 1 minute. Let me see if I can find the live I did. Oy, oy, oy. Just give me a minute. I'm looking. Oh. I had a live. I even showed it. I've been going to Ziggy's channel, and I feel like she took it down. Kathy, tell us about the day you drove up by the waterfall with Fred when Ziggy wasn't there and Ryan was up on the hill and Karen Elliott accused you of stealing things out of Fred's home. Ziggy, I would like you to put that video back up. Hold on. We're going to go check Ziggy's video. I know it was like Fred went back home or something. Fred visits home. Oh. I'm at Fred Hill. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I can't find this fucking video anywhere. Let me go to my Canva and see if I can find it. Not that page. Let's add a page. Share this tab. Let me search a few different ways.
Big news court reporter Kathy Griffin has an up.
No, I don't know what I did with it, guys, but we're going to find it. I'm going to find it. Fred got out of the car at one point, but my son was not with us. That is not true, Kathy. Fred was still in the car speaking while the person was in the car. I would like Ziggy to replay that video. Karen Elliott sent it to me and time-stamped it for me, and that's why I know I have it saved. So we're going to find that video, and I'm going to show it. Because truly, I think you're a piece of shit, and I'd like to know why you left Ziggy after marrying Ziggy and Fred together on a chance of a whim while he's in rehab still with Laura. I mean, we were all sidetracked. They hid it for months. You helped her to hide this fucking marriage, and in my opinion, there's something fucking wrong with it. I'm going to find the live I did. I'm going to find where your son gets out of the car, not Fred. You even said goodbye to the human. And it was in front of a Simpsons house. I have it on a live. I went over it before. Well, I couldn't imagine her sneaking Ziggy off to marry a suspect in a missing child's case, Pam. And I don't mean this in any weird way. And then helping Ziggy to hide that from the world. Yeah, I'm going to, Kylie. And then let's talk about Kathy. Like, you're welcome to grab a link. I won't yell at you, but I would love to have a conversation with you because I think it's important that you also tell us why it is Karen Elliott's accusing you of stealing things from her home. And then Ziggy's accusing you of taking those things and your son of taking those things and selling those things. I would like to hear the whole story. Right. Her heart could be in the right place, Pam, but would you hide the marriage of a suspect for months after you helped get them married and brought the preacher in on a whim while he's in rehab? He wasn't even out of rehab yet. Fred said he was the executor. What's that mean, Kathy? And then she's over there with 6 Up and Nana for Life and Karen Elliott after Karen was attacking Kathy. I'm extremely confused how this all happened behind the scenes and not live. We didn't see this go down in Ziggy's chat. If that makes sense. But anyways, we are going to move on. We covered that. Now we're going to move on to the last portion of Chad. This is Fred. No, didn't I have a Laura? Oh, yeah, we watched it. Okay, this is Fred. The other night was Ziggy, and I want to show you where he changes stories. For instance, at the beginning of this, I think it's at the beginning, they're going over Candace versus walking and driving, which is one of Fred's changes. In his very first interview with Kathy's in my chat, Fred said she was walking. She walked off my driveway when Chad Arnold seen Candace. So he comes back on now to change that. You remember how on my earlier live I was describing what Fred is changing? Pay attention to what he's changing.
Yes, at that time you must have not seen the footage of her walk or driving, or I don't know. Did you even see footage of her driving?
Did I what?
See footage of her driving?
Yeah, it was on my camera. And there's so many minutes of video and audio of it.
All right.
She walked.
She walks all the way from the hill to here.
The Thompson's camera had showed her a walking at one point, but don't know if it was.
Oh, so maybe you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know, like, whether or not. I don't know. Anyways.
Was he? Do you think he was?
Yeah, and went to work that evening at her Candace got there.
So, you think he was home that day?
Yeah, that's how I found out that Chad was even there, was through the footage.
He didn't tell you at first?
No, I seen it on footage. Reason we contacted each other.
Because this would have been about 6 months after Summer went missing. That she's like definitely mid-30s.
That she had been staying there until Chad Arnold was talking about Marlena being there a lot, and supposedly way Chad talked that Grandis brought Marlena and Journey home to their house and dropped them out in the driveway like 7:30 that morning on 15. What Chad told me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That is what Chad told me. I didn't even know that she'd even been down there. I know Dawn had questioned me and said that Marlena and that Hayes boy and Bobby had been stealing some stuff off of them down there. And I told him, I said, well, go and talk to Chad about it, because Chad may know where they could have took it to, you know. That's when Dawn supposedly went to Chad's and seen all that dope or whatever in the barn when Chad was in the barn. Where Dawn took TBI, talked to Marvin and Hack.
Maybe, I mean, do you think she's calling the
Chad? And I know when they come out there, talk to Marvin at Marvin's house to talk to him. Haskell was there, and then when they left from there, they went to Long Star and talked to David Bays, because they told that David was out there at that one place where I picked up that bike that day for Brandon. Brought in. He was actually there.
So they questioned him out there, and who was it? Pat Wilcox too out there. They pretty much questioned everybody that was on camera, that had been seen on camera from 2 weeks prior to Summer going missing up to Summer going missing.
No, I mean, but that was down at 207 when she saw Chad. But she was out walking around too in the holler on the 15th, supposedly, wasn't she too, a little bit, and driving?
Yeah, but it showed her out of the vehicle on Thompson's camera, but it didn't show her out of the vehicle. I mean, just walking up on my vehicle cameras, other than her just walking up a driveway. When there was a short video and audio of her and Chad talking. Before she went missing.
Here you're talking about the pool incident, how you saw him in the pool. This is literally the second day I met Fred.
Okay. So now we're going to continue. I went over my Chad stuff that I have right now. I find Chad and Bill Benton very suspicious based off of what Fred says. I also want you to hear the changes Fred makes. Candace walking versus not walking. Now there's video and audio of Chad and Candace speaking. So Jody had a 10-hour live last night, a 3-hour live before that. And she was tearing Fred a new asshole, if you ask me. And we're going to show you a little bit of that. However, I do intend I might disappear a few days. I will be gone next weekend because I'm going away for the weekend. However, let me go find this. We're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that. Here it is. The funniest thing about this is Jody has blocked me and many others. However, 6 Up is blowing the fuck up out of her chat. Let me pull that up. Here is 6 Up and Jody's chat during this 10-hour live that she had. I suggest you go back and read them. It's fucking extremely odd to me, but whatever. Okay, we are going to go to Jody's live titled Snifflations Part 2.
Hill and turn left, go towards Roswell. The fire department on the right there, they got a TBI surveillance camera right there. If you come out Ben Hill Road and you turn right and you get to end of Beach Creek, if you turn left, there's a camera within a mile right there on the right. It's a TBI surveillance camera. And then if you turn...
Before or after the... Well, it's fun, Fred. It's fun. It's just like Fred when he was dropping off folks and the blue van fucking on it, and him and Ziggy's fuckery and the drop off of Stick Shovel Boy and all the beginning of the course set up plant fuckery for, I don't know, since 24. And he was like, Joseph's pole's got an FBI camera on it. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. And either way, it's all bullshit. Andy's dad didn't have no shit to do with no shit either. Fucking psychopath. Like, it's just you and your daddy had hard dicks for shit. Fuck that.
I have suspicion about Andy's dad. I've spoken about it before. I caught a man years ago that looks identical to Andy's father. catfishing my daughter while my daughter took her shirt off. Jody and Fred both kept the details of Andy's dad being on the road immediately before Fred got back. Fred came in late, but you got to remember it was already getting dark, and Jody told me that he came in about 8:30. So the police only got there at 7:03, and when Fred got there, the parents were already there. Polly and the dad, who happened to be there the day before when Dobbs was there. Fred says they didn't visit very often. Jody says they do. This is definitely a live I want to go over. However, it's 10 hours, and I think that you guys really need to watch all 10 hours of it. What I seen of it and fell asleep to was interesting. I woke up this morning and it was still playing, so I missed a lot because I fell asleep while it played. But I definitely think it's 100% worth the watch to watch this one. She also accuses Fred of other crimes in the past. There are secrets coming out now that Jody has held in and not told us about Fred and Ellie, Fred's sister, which is what I think prompted Six Up to come to to Jody's chat. So it's definitely worth the watch. I'm going to cut it apart, Karen, so don't worry. It's going to take me a while. Probably when I get back next week, I'm going to upload this. I don't know. I'm having a problem uploading Jody's videos, so I hope Jody will keep this up and not hide it. I'm asking her to. This one and the one before. I think it's really important to go over the Ziggy and TM information again. Because again, while she was going over her videos last night and trying to change stories and create a narrative with Fred, she did the same thing with Tiffany Marie. And that's what Jody Sue was going over. That's why I think this is so very important to listen to. Man, I did Jody for years, and I finally stopped probably about a year ago, and it's so hard now. And it's not because of the way she talks or anything like that. It's just because she has put out so much information, I believe, that people have ignored when it comes to the neighborhood, when it comes to Andy's family. Here she's telling you that there's no way Andy's family is involved in anything. However, in her earlier videos, which I'm going to show, the flying monkeys were horrible people that drove around corners with their son in the car and made fun of her daughter because she ate. I mean, it was a lot that Jody had said about these same people. So that's why I want to go over this live. But I don't have the time to do it today. But I think it's important if Jody takes it down, you guys need to watch that one and the one prior. It's 13 hours of Jody Sue, but it's one definitely worth the watch. Okay, so with that, what we're going to do is go back to my Canva. I shared earlier. Let me add a page here. Let me go to my uploads, because I think I have it in here. This is Fred on his shit the other night, talking about, let me make sure this is the right one. Oh no, that's Fred's family. Hold on. I think I gotta upload it from my computer. Give me 1 second here. Here it is. Oh, it is that video. Why did I name it?
I bet I have to watch somebody's lips.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Jody Sue and Andy? Do you think that there's any chance that they're involved? Or
They got some property on another road, and it's odd that they went and checked that property that day. They ain't been that property in over a year.
is that where Joyce is living right now?
No, that's where they lived before they moved to
Right here.
Banks place. So, but it's straight across from that kind of church.
Yeah.
But it's, I feel like Andy and them had something to do with it. I'm gonna help them do something.
Is that why was supposed to meet me today?
Because
I missed meeting. I almost peed with you guys on
they
the.
didn't talk to nobody. They'd stay up on the hill and stuff. But as soon as she went missing, they didn't leave that road down there. They stayed down there for 3 days, day and night. They just trying to hear everything that was being said. I mean, they just
I assumed that they'd been there day and night because every time I went down there to record, they was always there, you know, at the bottom of the driveway.
Yeah.
Well, see, about 3 days ago, I had a bunch of cars here at that time. I mean, long road, loading them and stuff on trailers and stuff, and I was having to park in the road to load them, and I'd have to move and let people by. I had one truck come in, and I can't place what color it is or nothing. I mean, I remember a truck, and it was just odd that way it acted and stuff. And then Andy come in and followed it out, like he would come in to get it.
Andy out.
I followed Andy out.
Yeah.
So why? Here you said that you couldn't remember the truck. Could you not really remember it, or?
No, I remembered it. I just didn't know whether to put it out or not. I was just trying to let the law enforcement do what they needed to do about it, because they done thought people were staying one step ahead of them at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just didn't want to put it out there.
Take it wherever, you know.
And which is probably was a good thing, because obviously it was super important, because even at the end, our early 2025 is when we get a call, or was late 2024 or early 2025 when we got the call from Pruitt wanting to ask about that truck, you know, so, you know, maybe it is a good thing that at the time you didn't. I don't know. Maybe it could have changed things. I don't know. Who knows, I guess. Well, but I guess law enforcement didn't want it out because they've never put a BOLO for it. So, and
Okay.
But I know he always always going off to get his dope.
Yeah. He went to that thing. What about Jody Sue and Andy? Are they dealers really? I heard they're being investigated for doing.
I don't think they're dealers.
I didn't even know that they had even been busted or nothing for dealing or anything at that time until law enforcement brought it up to me. And I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it, you know.
oh wow.
And she tried to play it. Jody tried to say the reason that she wouldn't let them in the house and stuff is because Andy had guns in there, and where he was a felon, that she was afraid that they was going to get in trouble. That's what her excuse was to me.
Fred was peeking on her. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sure, Jerry. So.
Does it seem like every time
She's trying so hard to make Fred look a certain way.
Looks like when she went on TV, she was talking about Nana for Life's family and stuff. Baileyton was visiting Ben Hill about the time I was peeking what's going on and all that. So that makes several people she's considered peeking at this time.
Oh, I know. She said like, oh my God, she's.
At first,
I know. Now it's you. And,
she's saying there's Nana for
Life. There's all these people. So weird that Joey Sue has all these strange men peeping into her house, isn't it, guys? How many times have you guys had peeping Toms, like peeping? I don't think I've ever caught somebody peeping in my window. I mean, I'm sure it happens.
to check on some tires. I think it was for Chad Arnold. I think it was that sent me up there. Andy was supposed to have some tires or something. That's the day that Jody introduced me to their daughter and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't even know they had a daughter. But when I went up there that day, there was just a little trail that went to the front door and down the rest of the yard.
So Chad took Fred up to Andy's for tires. So that tells us Chad and Andy have a relationship. They know each other. I'm going to, you could see Fred is talking very bad about Jody Sue and Andy. But what I'm going to show you next is we're just going to cut that because I shared it earlier. Here's a clip that I want you to listen to. Did I already hit the share? Hold on. Like I said earlier, I don't know how to do this. Oh, add to stage. No, we're going to remove that. There we go. Okay, hold on.
Before she went missing.
Here you're talking about the pool incident, how you saw him in the pool. This is literally the second day I met Fred. This same story. What's different?
That wasn't there when she supposedly went missing, but he was there like a couple weeks before. A big swimming pool.
Right. Where did that go?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what somebody else said.
Where's it at? About where at Red Barrel set, they show at Red Barrel and stuff. That swimming pool sitting right there.
Rhonda, listen to me, honey. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I have had interactions with 6 Up. I have had interactions with TPE. I have had interactions with Karen Elliott. They didn't turn out good. I caught them lying. I didn't call it out. I still spoke to them. I never attacked them. However, 6 Up went to her channel to attack me out of fucking nowhere. For no fucking reason whatsoever. Karen Elliott freaked the fuck out when I showed her shit from Karen Renfro. She is now friends with Glenda Head, who's Karen Renfro's best friend. They're all in the rug scene together. You hear Glenda Head tell Ryan her son was buying rugs from Fred the day Summer went missing. However, we're going to listen to something I have coming up, Fred, in this same interview, stating that it was Brandon that bought the rugs, but there's another son out there that doesn't look like he does shit saying he bought them. That's odd to me. I don't trust them people as far as I can throw them. I don't know what to tell you. That's my feeling on them. I call that a lie too, Pam. Especially since Laura was saying the little one always beat the grandma up. And they had to come take care of the kids.
Was it
I
there?
mean, here's a 4-foot pool.
Was it there the day Summer went missing?
No.
Oh, but you made up that whole pool story.
The day she was missing.
Law
That's why I didn't. It didn't make sense.
But maybe-
I mean, why is that swimming pool gone all of a sudden?
I know, right?
Been up here.
Right in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
You know, right
That's
in the
when
sun.
summer's really getting ready to start,
Yeah,
you know.
right. That's true. It was the beginning of summer, right?
And they done been in it a few times because Andy's son, Andrew, was in it with her one evening. I stopped down there because I got an old junk truck off of him. And
Here's what I'm going to show you, Rhonda. The night before Karen and 6 Up were in my chat, they had no problems with me. I didn't know there was any problem whatsoever. And then 6 Up, out of nowhere, does this.
Ridiculous. And anything that I've done has been a reaction to that. Literally. We're at the 14th. So a little over a week away.
No, that ain't it. She took the original one down. But here's another one. They send tragedy pimps exposed out. Like shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, however, I love my cousins very, very much. And I know that they're also Karen Renfro's cousins and possibly Karen Elliott's husband's cousins. Since her last name is Elliott. And Karen Elliott has played many games with Six Up. And I think that Ziggy and Six Up's fights are fucking fake as fuck. And Ziggy and Six Up.
Oh no, I can tell you that they're not. I can attest to that. Yeah.
But when you
No, go ahead.
look at it, Six Up started with the circle jerks. That's where Six Up started. And then I was being harassed here on the home front by people TPE knows in real life. And that's true. TPE is friends with a few of my locals here in Pittsburgh. Six Up also told you she's from Pittsburgh and moved to Ohio. And then there's a recording with Ziggy and Six Up's ex where her ex says that she is a addict that does Xannies and dates a cartel member from Kentucky. And then there is just the receipts. Let's see if we could find that. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Just the receipts. Summer Wells. I don't know where the channel went. I have to find it. But there's a channel that was called Just the Receipts, and it shows you how Six Up for years has been scamming people through Amazon and Reddit and a bunch of different places where she was begging for money, lying, saying she's poor, and it was for drug money. According to her boyfriend, somebody donated her $4,000 in Bitcoin from YouTube for a car. I told you you were important and noticed by me for a long time, so we're good now. I mean, I don't mean that as any attack, but Six Up is proven not to. I mean, let's just, for 1 second here, since I've been derailed by I should listen to Six Up. Let's go to Ziggy. Oh, where did it go? Here it is.
I do understand what they're doing. They're trying to rewrite like history as if we're denying that. Yeah, she has a million freaking. She's a thief.
Hold on a minute. Let me see which one came first.
It's hard to say. I bet she's contacted my neighbor. She's contacted Dollar General. She's contacted CPS. She's contacted my.
$3,000 break. Yeah.
Why would he do that? Vindication and justice for her, this stuff that he talks about in the call and all this shit. But I was just like, if she'll just leave me alone, I'm just going to forget about all that shit, But here we are over a year later still. And so I think you'll find it very interesting. It tells on her about a lot. And this is nothing against her, against, his name's James. It's just, I don't know, it's just to show the character and person that 666 is, aka Six Up. And then, if you send me an email, let me know if you send me an email and I'll watch my, oh, there you are. There you are. You already did. Awesome. Let me respond real quick. Oh, that's nice of you. Andrew, thank you. I know we don't always agree and stuff, and you might not be happy about stuff that we've said about your son before, which I don't really talk or focus on Hunter that much. He's not really my main focus, really never has been. But thank you so much. She's such a weirdo. Here, I'm going to send you, let's see. There you go, Manya. Wait till you guys hear this. This is very crazy. And oh, thank you. All right, you guys ready, I guess? I was hoping we could, I know it's such an odd hour, and I understand, but I gotta do things when I have the to do them, so I'm sure people will be talking about this, I'm sure. Here we go. I'll try not to interrupt much.
You think your brother set you up? Your own brother?
Yeah, he also stole my boss's brake that was underneath the carport. $3,000 brake. Yeah. Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Please don't tell a lot of this information out there. I don't know
No.
They're listening to my phone calls. She ruined everything for me, Adrian. She took it.
So you guys gotta remember he didn't want this out. And I didn't put it out at the time because at the time he didn't want it out. Because he didn't want to get in trouble because she is so conniving. She would do anything to try to figure out a way to violate him because there was a protective order. So I didn't want to put it out and it be like he gets in trouble because of me putting something out, like it was him telling me to or something, when it wasn't at all, So,
okay. Yeah, she can
do the public defender, but listen, I will testify that she had your window broke out. She went and broke your window out. When I got home from the joint, she wasn't there for 2 more days. You get me to Indiana, and I will testify in court for you that she busted your damn window out.
You think she did?
Talking about it? Yes. Yes. Now I gotta watch what I say, okay? On here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yes, I will help you with all of that. Ziggy, you're the only person I got that I know. I have no friends. All I did was go to work and come home. She took all my clothes, everything. Ziggy, when I get out of here, I have nowhere to even go. I'm trying to call Sober Living that'll take me because my lawyer just told me I'm probably getting out this coming Friday.
Yeah.
And it'll be in the evening time. I got my phone still, thank God. I got my ID and my social security card and a coat, so that's cool. I got 1 pair of pants, 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of boxers. I got a thermal and a t-shirt and my shoes. That's all I got to my name now.
Hey, listen, I will definitely testify for you, no matter what. Like, or talk to your. Well.
So I'm skipping through because this wasn't my content today, but what you just heard was this man crying to Ziggy on a jail call at the same time Fred's in jail, right? This guy's calling her. He's Six Up's boyfriend. He's telling her that Six Up is involved with a man in the cartel. He is also telling you that Six Up drove an hour away from Ohio to Ziggy's home to bust out one of Ziggy's windows. Ziggy came out here and said it. Now you're hearing it from another person that Six Up is crazy enough to come to her house and bust her windows out. And we got Rhonda coming over here and telling me that I should listen to Six Up, TPE, and Karen. You know what, Rhonda? Fuck you.
Okay, so
I don't know if there would be.
The only proof that I got is my word.
Yeah.
Okay? She wasn't there when I got home from the joint.
Okay? So, whatever you want to do with it.
Where was
that's all I
she?
know.
Where was she at?
She took off with that dude named Phil. You know how she said she was there with me? She wasn't. When I walked through the back door, my own dog almost bit me because she didn't even know me. Jennifer wasn't there. Jennifer's been lying to everybody. Everything I told you is the God's honest truth.
Oh, I believe you. Well, why? So why did she left the dog there, like without being?
Yeah, she left the dog there. She knew I was coming home.
Oh, okay.
It was a protocol member.
Super late. We got into an accident. She knew about all of that. So instead of getting home the day I was supposed to, I didn't get home until the next day. Okay? She still wasn't home by the time I got home. She's left my dog there for 2 days at a time. That's why it's fucked up that she even took Amari.
Give your lawyer my number, for sure.
Well, she wants me to give you her number. So
Oh,
write
okay.
this down. Because I won't see her again until Friday when we go to court.
Okay,
But
hold on.
she's really cool. Her name's Allie, okay?
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, she's got a TPO against her. And Allie's like, what? I was like, yes, let me tell you what's happening. And the only reason why Jennifer put the TPO on and started that new channel, that little channel she's got up that's only got 70-something subscribers, was to get me to go over there, hoping I would go over there and run my mouth.
Right.
And to get me arrested on that, too.
That's crazy because, like, she said that she was allowed to talk on me all she wanted.
All I want on my page, as long as it's not a threat, as long as it's not, I'm not trying to contact her, or I'm not threatening her.
Okay. Well, hey.
Here's a case law I want you to look up. It's called Childs versus Illinois. All you got to do is look up Childs, Chiles. The only time online harassment or online speech becomes harassment is when it is directed at an unwilling listener. So if you're just on your own page and you're not making fight words or threats,
And you're not tagging them and stuff, because she tagged me like nonstop.
Yeah, you can tag, but I don't know about that because I think that's Facebook tagging. So, because I tagged her a couple times in some of my posts, but I didn't tag her name. I tagged Six Up Media. That's not her name. That's her channel. Right?
Yeah.
I think I did. I don't know because all I'm charged with is the 3 phone calls from the jail and being in court at 9 o'clock. But it could be like 10:30 until I.
So, yeah. I don't know, guys.
Do that.
Yeah, they used to not do that. They just started doing that last year.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that will make it a lot better.
I would have been sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, but I don't abuse my meds or nothing. I lived right. I did the next right thing. I even stayed off YouTube. I got on there a few times in the beginning, but then I realized what was really going on, and I stayed off of it.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm cool. No. Listen, she was getting on Reddit before YouTube. We had $2,000 in Bitcoin donated to us, and we bought that Buick off my dad, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's not in both of our names is I didn't have an ID at that time.
Yeah. So when was that?
Is in both of our. It was right before we moved into the house, and that was like October of 2021. We moved into the house.
So she got money off of Reddit around 2021.
Yeah, she was begging and putting stuff on Reddit about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was some lady donated 2,000 in Bitcoin to us, and she sold the Bitcoin or something like.
Little.
Saying, think about when you do what you're saying.
Someone recorded it. I got a tiny bit to.
I really.
For you to be that emotional over it.
Off the play game.
Shenanigans.
Sending in one.
I'll stop sending her negative things. Instead of doing that, you went on a several month rant
I don't think that's the real reason either. Come on. Come on. So you take your little vacation doing whatever, hey, everyone's entitled. And you come back and you think that people have just forgotten everything about you. And you actually think that you are going to try to rewrite history.
She does it often.
That's not going to happen. You don't have compassion for yourself, and you...
Because that lady's not from my country. I don't think...
Tragedy pimps nose lips.
I can't get it right. What I'm going to do is share this. I want to get back to Jody. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time. I was derailed. As you can see, I have proof. Here is the live. 6 Up, in my opinion, is not a good human. I also find it odd that all of these people that come to Kingsport to stay, visit, go to vigils, see the wills, not one human, well, yeah, the psychics definitely, which 6 Up is into. She's very into the psychics, and she's also very outspoken about gay people. A little too much, if you ask me. I think Karen's her girlfriend. But, she's been involved in a lot of fucking shady shit. Tragedy Pimps Exposed will not show her fucking face. Her, Karen, and 6 Up came out here together at the very beginning of Summer's case. You just heard her old man say that she took in $2,000, and just the receipt shows that. You could see it. And then Ziggy collaborates that with her ex speaking about it. I don't know what to tell you, Rhonda. I am not okay with 6 Up, nor will I ever be with any of them. I think they're all sus as fuck. I think Karen Elliott talking about Layla's clothes in her mother's house grotesques me out. I think that she went after Kathy Gordon. I believe they all knew each other before, and Kathy can deny all the shit she wants in my chat. I'm going to find that video, and we're going to go over it, because that's the video that Karen Elliott wanted me to show while she was attacking Kathy Gordon, who is now her best friend. Right, Darlene. Huge red flags. Especially since her old man is stating that she is involved with a man named Phil from Kentucky that's in the cartel. And Kentucky is what? A hop, skip, and a jump away from Tennessee? We learned that with Ernie, right? Yeah, I'm not okay with them motherfuckers. They can all fucking kiss my ass. Okay. I don't like the way they attack. But we are going to go back to what I was doing. Let's start that over.
Before she went missing.
Here you're talking about the pool incident, how you saw him in the pool. This is literally the second day I met Fred. This same story. What's different?
That wasn't there when she supposedly went missing, but he was there like a couple weeks before. A big swimming pool.
Right. Where did that go?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what somebody else said.
Where did that? Back where at Red Barrel, which they show at Red Barrel and stuff. That swimming pool sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. Was it?
I think it was a 4-foot pool.
Was it there the day someone went missing?
No.
Oh, but you made up that whole pool story.
The day she went missing. That's what I didn't.
But maybe.
Why is that swimming pool gone all of a sudden?
I know, right?
Been up here.
Right in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
You know, right in the
summer
sun.
really getting ready to start,
Yeah,
you know.
right. That's true. It was the beginning of summer, right?
And they done been in it a few times because Andy's son, Andrew, was in it with her one evening. I stopped down there because I got an old junk truck off of him. And I'd stopped down there to tell him I was going to get it. And he was in the swimming pool with her then, just to him and her in the summer.
You mentioned an old junk truck right there, though.
Yeah.
I guess you do mention a truck there going to get old.
I was thinking I'd went up there to borrow gas off of him.
Hold on.
Andy's son, Andrew, was in it with her one evening. I stopped down there because I got an old junk truck off of him. And I stopped down there to tell him I was going to get it. And he was in the swimming pool with her then, just to him and her, him and son.
Yeah, you said you had got an old junk truck off of them, and
I was thinking I went up there to ask for gas at the time. Maybe it was about that truck.
Yeah, that's when they said, Laura said Candace was pregnant. And then they brought in that it was Bill Benton and Vicky Dykes that actually told them that Candace was pregnant. Laura didn't see it at all now. See how they flip it? Okay. So what that did was give me the opportunity to bring something else out I was speaking about earlier. Now, this goes back to Jody Sue. We spoke about the red truck, about her boyfriend being or her husband being the president or the director or something of Toyota in Johnson City. And now we're going to go back and watch her sister's one of her sister's interviews. She did two. One on Tiffany Marie. I have to find it. But that one was really interesting. But this is the one Gavel posted that was easy to find. And I just want you guys to listen because I brought up the Brittany earlier while we were talking about Laura in Ziggy's live. So I'm going to come down and I just want you guys to re-listen to this interview and what they did to Jody.
To take an opportunity, if I could, to yeah, I'm gonna mute. We'll all mute for you. I wanted to speak directly to Jody Sue, and I think that I'm hoping that she's watching this right now. If you're listening, please breathe for a minute. You've been speaking increasingly lately about death and murder in children. And that's not right. It's not other people causing this for you. It's not other people terrorizing you. So please just breathe. None of this matters, Jody Sue. YouTube creators, who makes money, none of this matters. What matters is you walk the talk. That you're strong, be strong. And protect Rue and Damien. And I'm here. If you need to reach out, I think there's a lot of other people out here who you can talk to. You don't have to trust us. You'll tell us any details. Just please breathe.
Katie King said there will be lots of speculation and worry. Can we get a little clarification? So, Jenny, if you could, without saying what's going on, because I know that you don't want to discuss what's going on. So she just said nobody's been harmed, or could you just elaborate a little bit, because there's, this people will be going nuts. All right, so just a little rundown of maybe just to give people, because I don't even know what's going on, but if you could just kind of let everybody know without saying what's going on, just to put people's mind at ease a little bit. Is Rue safe?
No, no, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Because this is not drama. This is not like trying to hurt her. I really, really, really want to help her right now.
Okay. I'll stop what I'm doing.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't
know.
mean you.
If there's something serious going on, I'm not going to try to provoke her. I'm going to know that's absolutely important. I'm not going to, we can talk serious about this kind of stuff. I'm not going to try to fuck with her right now or stream and piss her off. If there's something serious going on, it's not the time to do that. I can do it any day. It doesn't need to be now. If something's transpiring right now, I don't want to make it worse. And I would never want her to take any kind of aggravation out on her daughter or anything like that. I want to make sure that I am not going to contribute to that. None of us would want to do that. I don't believe anybody in this chat would. I'll just totally put this on hold because it was just bullshit about stuff she was saying about us. We can handle it anytime.
Oh,
so
I'm so sorry. I didn't that.
No.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't even.
Don't be
I just-
sorry. If there's something going on, Jenny, we need to know. You did the right thing. This is I could do this any day.
If she's watching YouTube, you know as well as I do, Tiffany, she is watching you.
Yeah.
Right now, right? And I don't know what to say to her, right? As far as public, like, stand up here and say, I just wanted to try to put a break in what's going on with her. I don't know if that makes sense. Like to breathe, right? And to kind of snap out it.
All right. So would it help if we said this? Okay. So none of us here on panel, like you said,
Fizzle is going to hook up with every person who put out Benny's private information. She needs to just stop using the nickname he gave her.
Like to your old stuff, or they wait till you're done and then they comment or whatever. They don't want to engage or whatever. But Susie Mac, you don't know what we have. You don't know what information we have. So
She does this to everybody, though. I mean, I've seen her on countless people's comments, just being nasty, always. I don't understand it.
I always have a reason, and I never open my mouth without.
It's amazing. So many years back, Sammy Sparrow, the rest of the crew, Chroma, Gavel.
Having backup. So, anyways.
Skilo, Scott H.
I'm 5'3" in heels that allegedly don't fit. I'm probably 5'7" and was taller. So. Yeah, well, I can't find it. I never saw Jody's mugshot. Like, I can't find it. Has it been scrubbed from the internet?
I don't know.
Because I looked.
I didn't take a look for it.
I looked for any court documents or anything like that I could find about her stuff in 2009 when the investigation started into the 32 people. Remember that, Jody? Remember that? Hey, Jody, just warning you. Well, not really warning you. I think you've already figured it out, but a lot of people are getting out real soon. That's scary, huh? Maybe if you quit lying on the internet.
Snoring like a log, so.
McBro.
What? Kenny, what did you find?
I just clicked on Dutchie's live. I didn't notice.
I looked in Sullivan County, but
Sassy.
I don't know, maybe I wasn't.
Like another Sassy, like I deleted the other live before a certain character came in. Like a throat goat. So many of those.
She never paid her fines. Of course she didn't. She doesn't pay her car payment. She didn't pay her yard barn payment either. So,
but she's got cigarettes and Starbucks, buddy.
My God, she's got them. And t-shirts. All the t-shirts.
But she wore that thing today? If that is this, did she think
it was a cleaning rag?
making fun of DV, etc. You know, they're cute with orders in place, of course.
But if it is Andy, he likes her. Did you think he was gonna be like, oh damn, my favorite shirt?
You know what? So
I love trying to get people murdered. It's great. It's fun times, ain't it?
I hope the feds picked her up and that's her mugshot. She has to have that shirt on in her mugshot.
Yeah, she did say folks saving her vein.
So what you're seeing is Jody Sue replaying an old Penny Live. And it's the same shit Gavel and them always do. Then, what they do, we're not going to watch that whole video.
Any credence to the story that had floated around the internet? I don't know if you heard it. It was something about Jody Sue having had threatened to tie her mother up and set the house up.
That never happened.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That never happened. No.
Okay.
I remember that story. That never happened.
So it's just more of like an urban myth kind of deal, or just something.
She remembers that story. It never happened, but she's going to tell you. All right, Kathy, dude, why do you come over here to start shit? This live ain't even about you, but you want to make it about you so you could come over here and fuck around for 6 up and fucking Karen Elliott. I really don't give a shit. You want to send me court papers, send me court papers. I'm over here trying to be cordial to you. I don't have fucking time for your fucking derailments. Banned. Fuck off too. Anyways, Amy's going to go on to tell you she remembers that story, but it was a threat. Andy told these people this story about Jody Sue. These are the most awful accusations I've ever heard on YouTube in my life. And we got Kathy Gordon over here threatening to sue me because her son has the same name as the Bowers, a George Bowers or something. I forget the name. And I did find somewhere in Kathy's PDF that in her been verified that she was related to these people. I will pull it out. I don't want to fucking dox people, Kathy. That could get me a lawsuit that would get me really sued. So you could fuck off and quit trying to have me dox people. I ain't fucking doing it. Fuck you, your birth certificate, your sons, everything else. I know what I seen. I know what the last name is. I know what Karen Elliott was pushing towards me. And I know where the fuck your son got out of the car.
Wasn't even that, huh?
No, she tied she said she was going to tie my mother to a bed and light her on fire. She never actually did it.
Okay, so she just said
the story.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the story
Right.
that we
She said, I mean, she said a million things, to be fair. She
Okay.
never did it. No, she never did it.
Okay. Fair. Thank you for answering.
Marie wants to know, did your pap give her land?
Did he give her land?
Yeah.
Technically, no. He did not. Way back in the day, when my family decided they were going to divvy up all the land that we have between, I feel like I'm on Yellowstone at this point.
Good
I
show.
feel like I'm Beth.
That's freaking awesome.
Back in the day when my family decided to split up the land after my great-grandparents died, this land has been in my family since like the late 1800s. So it's kind of a big deal for me to keep that land in my family, no matter what I have to do to keep that land in my family. And when he passed away, he didn't really like divvy everything up like he should have.
So she's saying this land doesn't belong. I think I left it downstairs. I'm looking for my weed, guys. I think I left it. I'm sorry. Anyways, what she's saying is that her grandfather left the land for them to divvy up. But here's Amy saying, I got to do whatever I can to keep that land in my family, and nothing belongs to Jody Sue.
He left everything to my grandmother. So no, technically, There was no land given to her. Nothing is her name at all.
That's what I thought. I mean, it all actually still shows under his name.
Right.
Right. I guess she hasn't, done the probate or anything yet, like officially.
Yeah.
But because they're married and her name is probably on everything, it's hers anyway. Yeah, she tells people she wants to put the cabin on that piece of land that her past
It's not her land.
cut out for her.
I'm tired of her telling people that it's 100% not her land. It has nothing to do with her.
It does. That's her grandfather. And you just said my grandmother and grandfather wanted to divvy up the land throughout the family. Now it's just you and your sister because your brother passed away, and I think you're a fucking bitch. I don't give a fuck how Jody Sue could get on here and say, don't go after my siblings, my sister, this, that, and the other. Yet you could sit here and be like, she needs to stop lying about that. And I'm pretty sure you're Brittany from... Let me see something. Since we got her damn voice up. I was taking apart a video earlier. Let me see if I can find it. That ain't it. That's a folder. I don't know where I put this live. I was taking apart something earlier and I think I deleted it, but it was the voice from Ziggy's when Laura came on panel. And it was the same voice as this lady going under the name Brittany. In my opinion, they sounded exactly the same. Go to Ziggy's channel. At the beginning of Laura's first interview with her, Juniper tarot card reader comes up, but before that, Brittany comes up. I showed a picture of her. I showed you in my last live some of her voice. Pay attention. I think, in my opinion, it's the same person. And it's funny, I actually found Jody Sue on panel with somebody named Bonnie. I wanted to listen to it. I wonder if it's the same voice. I gotta listen. I didn't yet.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Literally,
So,
Hey, Miss Amy,
telling people that it's this and this and this, and it's not. That's not the truth.
right. Kenny had a question. Is it common? Is it common for Loaf to hurt everyone who tries to help her? Does she burn all her bridges?
Who did you say again?
I said Loaf. Jody
said Loaf.
Old Joe Loaf.
She laughs at Gavel calling Jody Loaf. Yeah, real good sister. Miss Toyota owner while they're looking for a red Toyota truck.
It's just habit now.
I know. Sorry.
We had a rat named Loaf.
That's funny. I didn't know that, guys. This is the craziest thing. They had a rat named Loaf.
He was the sweetest boy ever. I loved him. He liked.
I didn't know that.
He was so cute. He's a big fat white rat. He was just so cute. I loved him.
Yeah. So did she do that? Does she, like, if people try to help her, she like turns on them and burns bridges and all kind of stuff?
I can't honestly say that I've ever seen anybody really try to like go out of their way to help her.
Well, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's I don't. God, this is such a shit show, y'all.
I know.
It really is. This is a shit show beyond belief. Like I can't even believe that I have to experience this. But yeah, here we are.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. It's okay.
You had mentioned that people were taking pictures of you when you were out in public. Did you bump in? Like, did you ever see your pictures of yourself on the internet, or did you actually?
Did.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
God.
my wedding pictures. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of pictures of me on the internet. Justice for All was actually the one that posted them initially. And I don't think I ain't mad at him. I don't think he meant anything by it, but he was trying to link Ralph Washon, which is Shrek, to Brad Washon, which is a guy that sells cars in another town that have absolutely no relation to one another. And they were trying to link it to Toyota. Like, my mom was working at Toyota and I was working at Toyota, and my husband obviously works for Toyota. Shrek also used to work for Toyota, but it's all different dealerships. It's different places, different towns.
Did you used to get along with Brad Washon?
I've never met him in my life.
Oh, you never have?
Nope.
Okay.
Shrek I knew because my husband used to work for Shrek. But Shrek used to work at Bristol, and this guy works at, like, I don't even know where he works. He's never worked for Toyota. We looked. He's never worked for Toyota at all. I'm not really sure where they got that from.
Okay. Brad Washon worked with him at a dealership where they fixed cars, and Brad Washon went to jail because he stole his car jack. Ralph Washon, his uncle. They do know each other. It's in court papers. I'm pretty sure it's the same name. I will double check it. I'm 80% positive it's the same name, and that's why Brad Washon went to jail for theft. So she's lying.
I think it was just people trying to,
I think
email things together and make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people with the same last name who aren't related. I know Andy he said they're.
You also heard Benny, which there is more of an explanation on this. I think she did a live with Tiffany. And she was questioned. I don't know if it's a niece or not. I think Benny might ask her at the end. If not, there is another live where Amy spoke. And she was questioned deeply about people in black cars following her, taking pictures. And Benny had fleetingly said to her, "Do you think it was the feds?" Why would the feds be following Amy? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Here she just said to you, he doesn't own a Toyota. Well, how does she know who owns a Toyota and who the fuck don't in the area? I mean, they're looking for a red Toyota Tacoma.
2 sets of Bernards. Like, one is his family, but the other one, they're not related at all.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
think that everybody thinks we live in a town that's got like 3,000 people in it. There's actually hundreds of thousands of people in the Tri-Cities. This is not really the small town that everybody thinks it is.
But she took your story and made it hers.
It seems to be the theme recently. It's taking people's stories and making them their own.
Yeah.
That's what she's done that with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From YouTube. It's crazy. I was like, she literally just tell my personal story as her own.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was shocking.
I didn't even know about any of this. Any of this was happening until very recently, and I've heard the stories about that my mom was taking her and human trafficking her and all this crazy shit, and I'm like that you can't even believe how angry that makes me that you would say something about the person who's paying for all of your things. I cannot believe that you would do that to another human being. Like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that Amy Turner that they're on there, that's whoever the hell that is. That's not me. It's never been me. This is the very first time I've ever participated in anything to do with anything ever.
It's probably your sister trolling her with your name so that she looks like a victim. Allegedly. It's probably exactly is probably exactly what it is. Like, that's what we've come to expect from her, Miss Amy, is the most wild and toxic things. Like, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a perfect man. I know Andy's not a perfect man. None of these women are perfect. Scott's not a perfect man. But she really has went the distance in making sure everyone believed that Andy was just this most terrible fucking guy ever. You know what I mean? And of course, and pardon my French, one of the things that I've had to ask myself is that, what information does Andy know on his own, and what information has been mixed in by JSB? Because I'll tell you what, the powers that JSB has, if you look at her channel, there's times she knows how to manipulate the internet and create these, tumultuous situations where she can pull in a lot of people to go over there and watch it. And she pulls me in to go and watch it. So I understand how she could manipulate Andy as well.
That's a good thing too. Let me ask you this. She says you forced her.
Yes.
To take medication, Andy.
Yes.
You forced her to take it, and it was making her forget things, and she couldn't. Yeah, she said
that made her disoriented.
That was one of the. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
So that's when she
said stuff like
she went to the doctor for cardiogenic myopic syncope, and they gave her medicine, and it was really honestly fucking with her. So
they gave her medicine at one point in time when she was little, but it was only for that one time. She wasn't prescribed that forever.
Well, with Andy is saying that. Did you make her take it? Did you force her to take it?
No, she stopped taking it. I mean, I would give her when she needed to take it. I mean, I was just trying to help her take her medicine. I wasn't forcing her to take nothing.
It was actually a thyroid medication. I believe they talk about it in this. Gavel skipped the part she didn't put out. I was unable to grab it. It was thyroid medicine she was refusing to take. But you know what's really funny is Amy ignores the fact that Jody Sue has cancer. Again, that's your sister. You hear her say nobody really ever helped her. This is a shit show. Her mom's helping her now. But we hear Jody talk a lot about her family in the early days of Summer's case. And it gets me worried. Like I said in my earlier live, I want you to remember that these people also are related to the same people Andy is. I don't know if it's incest or what it is, but Jody is an Elliot. Her mother was. And an Arnold. Like Jason Arnold. And Chad Arnold.
Well, I don't think anybody could force Jody Sue to do anything.
I agree. I totally agree. You can't force that woman to do anything she does not want to do.
I mean, before I left, she was refusing to take her thyroid medicine.
Yeah.
Which can affect the brain, the mind. We had a really good conversation with Mama Keys on Benny's channel one night about the thyroid medication and stuff, and
it can do certain things.
Yeah.
I can tell you that not taking your Synthroid will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Becca takes Synthroid. She takes something for thyroid. I can't remember exactly.
It's levothyroxine. The brand name is Synthroid, and that's what I give that to so many people. And if you don't take that, if you have no thyroid and you don't produce that hormone anymore, it will seriously mess you up. But not in the way, not like a crazy way, but like
yeah, that was heart medicine that was messing her up mentally, right, Andy?
Heart medicine.
It was some sort of blood pressure.
Blood pressure, yeah.
Blood pressure, okay.
Well, I don't know if
a blood pressure pill. I think it was more along the lines of something that was supposed to stabilize it. They was telling her that her blood pressure was fluctuating.
But she took your story and made it hers.
That seems to be the theme recently. It's taking people's stories and making them.
From your experience, is Andy the monster that Jody Sue has portrayed him to be? Was he that monster for 27 years?
I have known Andy since we were little bitty kids. Like, even before she was in his life, we went to elementary school, middle school together. I have always been friends with Andy to the best of my knowledge, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus here. Like, it is what it is, but no, he is not a monster. He's a good person. He's got a good heart. He's a good dude. And I believe that. I do. I don't think that he's had anything to do with Summer. He's not the monster that people are making him out to be. And neither is his son.
I'm talking just as far as on behalf of her saying that every day he would come home and beat her senseless to where she was almost dead. And
he said that? She said that?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She said he would beat me when I cleaned. He beat me when I didn't clean. He beat me when I cooked. He beat me when I didn't cook. Well, she never cooked and she never cleaned from what we've heard from everyone. But yeah, she made it sound like he was just, she said.
I never heard Jody go that depth into detail. She did talk about their fights, and Andy has collaborated those fights even on my panel and on many panels. It's not a lie. He admits to them.
That he kept her in a box. She wasn't allowed to go anywhere. They had these moments of happiness. Yes, kept her in a box. That's what she called the place where she was, her radioactive shed or whatever it was.
She also referred to the trailer as a box as well. So she calls the trailer a box also. And then when she talks about the kids, she says her oldest has been unboxed. Like, or he's being unboxed and that they were both unboxed to go to the trailer.
Yeah, she says they're freshly unboxed. Yeah.
So you know the Bernards pretty well then, right? If you've known Andy for
I've known Andy since
35 years.
Very small child, and I'm 42 years old, so I've known him for a very long time.
You know Polly and George?
I met Polly and George maybe a couple times in my life.
Okay. Amy's best friends with Andy in high school, chicken on a stick. A man named Eric Stapleton. Cool Hand Luke, Jody's buddy too, who chicken on a stick was apparently, according to Jody Sue, cheating on her husband with for years. Exactly, redacted. And I'm going to tell you what. My husband and I are having problems. It's turned into abuse, and I quite understand. We're working through it. We're trying. I don't know. However, I didn't quite understand a lot of things. I've been assaulted, not ever by a mate. I've been treated bad, cheated on, emotionally abused, but physically, not until recently. And I can understand how Jody feels and other women feel now, even though domestic violence is something I witnessed my whole life. My mother was in many situations with domestic violence. We grew up in a situation with domestic violence. My father was very abusive to me, my sister, and my mother growing up. But to have it physically done to you, it does something to you, and it changes the human you are. And I understand a lot of the things, and I'm not sitting here sticking up for Jody. I find Jody very suspicious too. But the one thing I won't stick up for is domestic violence. And Andy, in my opinion, has come on my panel. We've spoken about it. And I asked him, was he sorry? And he wasn't. He didn't have no sympathy for abusing a woman. And he says, hey, I've changed and this, that, and the other. But then he will turn it around and blame her. And that's a really big, tall tale of Dawn does it. For instance, in the news report where Dawn says, well, Candace forgave me and dropped the charges about the Jose fight. You said you were sorry, but I didn't. Andy, can you find me? I would like to watch that again. If you could find, do you remember the date of when that live happened? And anyways, this really isn't about Andy and Jody. What it's about is Amy. Andy, could you tell me, since you're in the chat, could you tell me what Amy and Jody Sue's relationship was like while you were together and your best friendship with them in school? Because here's my problem. Luke, it is about Summer. You're right. Luke, Eric, chicken on a stick. From day one, before they ever came to YouTube, I have never seen Eric on YouTube, but I have seen Luke on YouTube in my own chats and my own comments. I have seen him in Squalls from day one, her Facebook groups, and almost cult-like. Everything Squall did, they were on their comments like, oh, Squall, we love you. It was like absolutely amazing. And these are all people, like, how does Squall collect all of these friends of Jody Sue, Andy, but most importantly, Jody Sue's sister, Amy? That tells me there's a connection. You don't talk to Luke, but you did in high school, right? But that tells me there's a connection to Amy and the same people that's over there with Squall. That's my opinion. You didn't hang out with him in school, but you hung with Amy and chicken on a stick, right? Okay. Anyways, let's get back to Amy, because that's really what this is about.
You really
do they seem like the people that would have the power to have any influence over Ronnie Lawson, the sheriff of Hawkins County?
No, absolutely not. No, they were nice people. They weren't, they weren't cruel. They weren't rude. They were simple. I'll say that. They were simple. They were sweet though. They were very nice people. I never had, but I literally only met them like 1 or 2 times ever.
So they weren't like gangster people trying to be in charge of all of Beach Creek and getting kickbacks for the sheriff so they could do illegal activities and keep their son out of trouble. And
no way in hell. No.
Okay.
Not at all. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she said they were all in Andy's pocket, and like the law. I was like, well, how has he like had all this trouble with the law if he's paying off the? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Did Andy ever take bug hunting?
Well, Andy's right here, Scott.
I'm asking. I know Andy's right there. I'm asking.
I gotcha.
I don't, not that I'm aware of. Mark hasn't actually taken him hunting. He's taken him shooting, but not actually.
Okay.
No.
Did you take him fishing? Do you ever play ball with him? Do you ever cut firewood with him?
I don't know. They probably did. They probably had to.
Well, I mean, what I'm trying to establish was Andy a dad, or was he just a sperm donor?
No, he was a dad. He's still a dad.
Yeah.
Same way with Rue.
That's going to be on her. That's not going to be on anybody. She's going to have to make that decision for herself. She can choose one way or the other.
Well, I'm talking about growing up when Rue was a baby girl. Growing up, was Andy there being a dad?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He always was. They were always, I mean, they lived in the same home on the same property. They were always there together. It was not like he was, one place. And
Andy, I know we spoke about this before. Do you want to grab a link? Will you come up? I have one question to ask you. Could you explain the time that Jody Sue left you and she was dating somebody else and that person pewed her? I would like to hear that story from you and who had the children at that time. Not that I mean, the significance to me is I look at everybody who could have a motive. And you're friends with Dawn. Could it be somebody who had the wrong address that's mad at Jody Sue enough that they would pew her, that they would come back to try to harm one of your children and accidentally take the wrong child or something of that nature? Something that really strikes me is early on, Jody had said a million times that what if they were trying to take my daughter? My daughter's the only other girl on the road. So I'll throw you a link, and that's the only thing I really want to talk about is that time when Jody made an enemy enough that this person would pew her. And let's remember Jody also worked at the strip club. Also, could you tell me the years Jody worked at the strip club?
and she was another. It was.
So he did dad stuff with.
And how she got paid. Was it an hourly wage? I went over that earlier in my earlier live. If you want to watch it, you'll find out why I'm asking.
The kids, just like a regular dad would do.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good question about Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. Did you ever notice Andy ruining every holiday? When you
No, I did not. Not at all.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Not in the least. No. Nope.
Yeah, and he cooks. Yeah, Andy cooks.
When my grandfather passed away, everybody started coming to my house for Christmas and Thanksgiving because it was just too painful to be at their home with my grandmother. Just didn't want to do it. She didn't want to cook. She didn't want to, and that's okay. And I'll take that responsibility. That's okay. So for the last, since he's passed away, I've done that, and not one time has my sister shown up.
Really?
Nope.
Dude didn't pew her. He tried. Oh, well, she stated she was shot. But the only reason I'm not looking at that as an attack on Jody, I'm looking at it as somebody who didn't like somebody on Ben Hill that would try to kill somebody. Jody had said it was because she was protecting his child. So I would like to hear that story, just because to me that person would then become a suspect in Summer's case because he's an enemy, just like James Light with Fred Hill. You get what I'm saying? So, also, I would like to know who from Ben Hill in Beach Creek area went to that strip club. Now, this is not against Jody. This is because I have a feeling Vicky Dykes, it's an opinion, maybe a madam. Just an opinion. I keep asking people to talk about Vicky, and the only one that is Fred and Ziggy. And let me share that real quick. I'm really in no rush tonight. Hold on. You didn't hang with Vicky, but did Vicky hang at the strip club or Bill? Let's listen to this again. I gotta get all these videos out, guys. I have all these videos made, but I got more to make and I didn't yet. But hold on. I am looking. Oh, that's right. It was in Canva. Give me 1 minute. I showed it in my earlier live. Where did I put it? Let me check my uploads. Boy, I just come up. I was pretty much done with my content, but I don't feel like getting off yet. So we can go over some of this. Give me 1 second here. I need to find. This might be it. Hold on. Yep. Give me 1 second here.
Lord, if that's true, then she's had, because it was, I know for a fact there was two.
Vicky Dykes went along. That was talked about. Vicky and Bill Benton's.
Mhm.
Vicky Dykes is Bill Benton's.
So
'Cause they
you
showed
still
up
kind of, you still feel like that she like had other kids since summer?
Mm-hmm. The way they talk.
And there was that incident where Laura talked about seeing her pregnant, and
That was when we was out there, Vicky and them's, when they come out there drinking and stuff with Bill.
so you guys really did believe that.
She was still driving that maroon van at that time.
So you still believe that it seemed like she was having kids more, like quite like off, that there was more since summer?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be
Because
crazy.
Vicky talked about Candace giving one up or something before Dawn could take and get somewhere, especially being a little girl.
While Dawn was at work, she went to the hospital and had it, and she didn't give it up before he even knew that she had it.
That's what Vicky had said,
So you got that story from Vicky Dykes, which was somebody who hung up out the wells all the time.
Well, she didn't hang up there. They went out there to their place. And then
well,
when
they hung
her
out.
and Bill started having issues, Bill and Vicky, that's when Bill started staying up there at the wells was a lot. At the shed, at the bottom.
So this was a hearsay story you heard about giving up a child at the hospital. Okay, so that makes sense.
And she supposedly Bill was staying in the shed and in that bus and the way Bill talked. Because he's talking about all kinds of good stuff in that bus and stuff.
Like what?
I don't know.
So he would camp out in that bus that's up on the Wells property.
see at one point there at the end.
And that was Vicky Dyke's boyfriend or whatever when they would have problems, right?
Yeah, he would go up there.
Yeah. So you heard this story about this, like, okay, these other kids and stuff. Okay, that makes sense. It's rumors and hearsay.
I think it's pretty much split for good at that point.
I mean, she was somebody, wasn't she somebody that was around Candace and Dawn a lot, wasn't she?
Well, they would go out there. You'd see them out there, the van. And they come a couple times over you had been out there.
I mean, definitely around them a lot more than you guys were around him. They would party together, wouldn't they?
At least because she had two before she was on.
Bill a lot. They's more connected to Bill than they was Vicky, I think.
Mm-hmm.
From what I was saying, you know.
Which is weird because Bill Benton was the one that showed up at your house that time that the whole incident happened with that group of people. And that was like,
Give me a minute. 1 second here. We're going to split this right here. Actually, no, we're not. What we're going to do is go to my channel because I already have it put together. So Fred's going to tell us a different story than the story he originally told, while Ziggy asks about the story that Fred's been telling. So the first story is the night of the hoax. This is the original story. There was a fight on the Wells property. This was the night of the hoax call. This was the very next day. Chase 423 was riding down the street going, "You hard to know, Mr. Wells, the hills have eyes." And then they set up to where they were going to go interview an elderly neighbor. And Chase ended up getting stopped by the police. I believe he was arrested or told to leave the lady alone. Penny tried to have live all night. Tiffany Marie was helping her. You never seen Bill living there. Okay. Well, this is something else that Fred had said early on. And then just recently, he had come out with the story about Gavel and all of them in the woods. And Bill Benton was there chasing them. So let's listen to the first story, and then Fred, we're going to go listen to Fred tell us an old story of something that happened years ago or a while ago after Summer went missing. I'm not exactly sure of the timeline of this story that Fred's telling, and I would like to know when this happened because he completely ignores Ziggy asking about when they were chasing you in the woods, and then we also got this from the night, I believe this happened the night of the hoax call.
I know Vicky died. She's been around Vicky died for a while.
Vicky died.
Yeah, I don't think that she's been wasted or nothing, but she had lived around. She used to live when you get there in the holler and you turn up the main road, the first house on the left. That's where they hung out a lot. Wales used to go out there and drink with Vicky's old man, which is Bill Benton. So he got arrested down here.
Bill Benton?
About 6 months ago, so after Wales.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? 6 months ago?
Yeah, about 6 months.
After someone went missing? For what?
They had a party or something. What I gathered or heard, you know, they had some kind of party or something other, and I don't know. supposed to like 5 or 6 of them beat him up or something in Colorado.
And this was at 110. This was at 110 Ben Hill. Bill Benton.
Did Donnie ever come into some money that you knew about or anything?
About $80,000. I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
They're gonna kill him.
Huh?
They're gonna kill him. They're gonna hurt him.
The drug cartel, is that what you said? They're gonna kill him, they're gonna hurt him?
Yeah.
Well,
Anything about Donnie or whatever went on with the cartel. But I don't know anything about that. I've never heard about it until now.
Right. Yeah, I know you don't, Candace, and that's
And I will be bringing this out again because the other night in that redo Ziggy was doing with Fred, she had mentioned Knoxville. Actually, I might have the video done. We can listen to it after this. She had mentioned Knoxville, and then they go on to talk about this guy with the last name of Dennis, like the guy that was involved in Jason Arnold's stuff, the last name Dennis. And she goes on to talk about Fred said something about saving 22 children in Knoxville. But what's really funny about that is Candace says that same thing in this hoax call, is that I didn't know anything about 22 children. They said there's 22 children, there's going to be a funeral. So it's the same number and sort of the same story, but different. There's something in this hoax call to me. Like, I understand people think this is a hoax call. It's still my opinion Chris McDonough never should have brought this to YouTube, and it should have went directly to the feds. Because I feel it was a code from Candace sending to Mary or somebody, the feds, to hear it. I don't believe it was a hoax call. I think it was a setup to make it look like a hoax call so that they could get information out. Jamie Wilson, Ernie, all involved in January 6th, all involved in Summer's case. Dawn, huge Trump supporter. Just saying. These are the things I look at. It's many theories, but this is what I would consider to be, in my opinion, with speculation, the people around Summer who would be suspects and the people that have inserted themselves into Summer's case. Or that may know something, not necessarily suspects. Maybe just knowing something.
They're trying to kill him. They're beating Donnie up.
the cops are beating Donnie up. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're gonna beat him up, Kat.
The cops are beating Donnie up. No, it wasn't the cops beating Donnie up. Who was beating Donnie up the night some strange girls running down the fucking driveway and the police are there and all this shit comes. The police did get called that night, but Dawn wasn't in Boston.
And I think they probably
They are.
Come out of it.
I know Vicky Dykes. She hung around Vicky Dykes there for a while.
Vicky Dykes.
Yeah, I don't think that she's been questioned or nothing much. She hadn't lived around. She used to live when you get there in the holler and you turn up the main road, the first house on the left. That's where they hung out a lot. Wales used to go out there and drink with Vicky's old man, which is Bill Benton. See, he got arrested down here.
Bill Benton?
About 6 months ago, so at the Waleses.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? 6 months ago?
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
After Summer went missing? For what?
They had a party or something. What I gathered or heard, they had some kind of party or something.
That's what you're not understanding, Mandy. I never thought you and Jody Sue were complete suspects. Fred's family, definitely, because we've seen the lie detector tests, the polygraphs, things of that nature. I've seen the games Karen Elliott and Six Up play with a Nana for Life and a Blend Ahead. I researched those people. I understand you and Jody were arrested for a rug bust. To be honest with you, I worry about your dad. I've told you that. I seen a man on Omegle that looked like your dad while my daughter was taking her clothes off years ago. However, I don't know that it was, but the police have that tablet and I hope they found it and looked into it. Dobbs being there, Fred talks about Dobbs a little bit, and Fred has changed the story around the people who were with Dobbs that day. Jody also the other day said the night that Dobbs was there that something was going on with Fred. There was some kind of chaos down at Fred's house, the Wells house with CPS, and then Andy and Jody's house with Dobbs. There was a whole lot going on Ben Hill the night prior to Summer going missing. I would like to know who was all at Dawn and Candace's home the whole day prior to Summer going missing. No, and we hear Pruitt say that they're not suspects. Jody, I've even heard Pruitt say who said they was suspects or something like that somewhere along the lines. Yeah, Fred does make himself look sus, but I'm going to tell you what, I don't trust his sisters. They both have the same extensive criminal records that Fred has. They both have been involved in the rugs. They both have been involved with their parents growing up like that. Is it true, Andy, that Jody wouldn't send her kids to the bus stop? That's why she homeschooled them, because of the traffic going into Fred and Dad's house. And then I even have another time, I found a clip today. I don't have it pulled right now. I put it back. Where Andy had gone into Ziggy's chat and said, that was Ronald you seen on the road that day, Fred. Yeah, I don't think Jody or Andy had anything to do with Summer being gone. I see Andy works. They struggle. Jody's a shit starter. She chases the KKK in the woods. I see Jody having more enemies than Andy, the guy that tried to pew her or did pew her. I'm not sure. She worked at a strip club with seedy people. She also was arrested for the Xanax or the Lortabs. Tab or tabs. Andy says one. I disagree. They can put a man on the moon but can't find his child. The government has cameras and the ability. Yes. And you know, I wonder if the Chad Nesbitt satellite image he showed is true with somebody on the hill in a truck and there was 3 people. That was really odd. We need to go over Skyline News again one day. But anyways, let me finish this Bill Batten shit.
Brother, and I don't know, they supposed to like 5 or 6 of them beat him up or something and called law on him or something.
And this was at 110? This was at 110 Ben Hill?
Yeah.
Bill Benton.
Yeah.
That was after this. That would have been the end of this year, that year that we're
it would have been November,
That's the
around
last time I seen Bill was when that incident happened.
October, November, or whatever it was of 2022. When
Because I
that
tried to get up with Bill and stuff. I even went by his mom's and everything because he had let on because he tore my truck and stuff all to pieces when he wrecked that night, that he will give me a camper that he had at his mom's for the damages and stuff. And I kept going by his mom's trying to catch him there and never could catch him there.
Wow.
But I was told he'd hide in the camper every time I come by there, what his brother ended up telling.
Oh my God.
I was about to the point, I was about ready to just back up and just take off with it. But I didn't.
Because
I know that I'd end up going to jail. They called law and all
and that was that incident, like, because you were pissed because that it seemed like he was it almost seemed like he was part of that group or you were starting to wonder.
Well, see, at first I figured it had something to do with
Brandon,
like Holler and stuff, Brandon, all them, because the gun went off and stuff. And then I got back up with Bill before Bill could get unhung and stuff off the truck and all that down there when he wrecked. I asked him where the fuck he was going. And he said he was going to go on the other side, which other side would have been Light Holler Road, you see. And then I got thinking, well, why is he going over there, unless he's going over to check on them or something.
So this is another wreck Bill Benton was in. Crystal Spencer's mother accuses Bill Benton of hitting her, Chad's best friend. Andy, do you know anything about this wreck Bill Benton had? We hear that Bill Benton drinks a lot. Was Bill on Ben Hill Road the day Summer went missing? We're going to play Crystal Spencer's mom's thing one time again. You never heard anything about this wreck? Do you know anything about Miss Linda from the gas station, from the market, from the Beach Creek market, being hit and paralyzed, Andy? And also, did you know about her son Earl being unalived and found in a golf bag?
So that's when I went out there. That's the first place I went to was out there to see who was there and how they was acting, And I think I did ride a motorcycle out there that time, but that was when I started witnessing.
Well, many people early on did speculate a lot about Candace having multiple. I mean, I don't know.
Or me seeing her with a child after Summer, I didn't see her carrying one. I mean, in her arms or something like that.
No. All right.
Because Vicky was talking about you wouldn't never know that Candace was even pregnant by just looking at her,
Yeah.
She always talked about that.
Relationship with, and then she had one before also. She's had three that I know of, three before her relationship with Don. She admitted to giving a girl up before she had a relationship with Don. Then she had the 4 with Don, but you're saying that you're.
Here's the girl that she gave us.
Two little girls.
That's what Vicky
Two little girls.
2 different ones last summer.
Right. So that's what.
Wow.
Vicky.
You think she has a problem with girls? It would have been this past.
So you guys are just relaying that story or it's hearsay, just so you guys know.
She may be trying to keep them out of the situation.
Yeah, that's true. Like, have you had one or something this past year, you said? She had just given that baby up maybe 2 or 3 months before Summer went missing.
Yeah, the last one.
Wow. And it was a girl. And it seemed like it was about a year before that she had another little girl that she gave up for. Were they going to host them back?
So I'm not interested right now in the pregnancy story, except for Fred's story also changed about going up on the hill and getting the blue truck. It was the day they were going up to get the blue truck, him and Laura first said in 3 or 4 or 5 fucking lives that Ziggy did, that Candace was pregnant, and she said, yeah, I'm pregnant. Now Fred is saying that he heard it from Vicky Dykes and never witnessed it or seen it. So another change in story while they're trying to fix their lies a couple nights ago. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Listen for Chad Arnold and Bill Benton.
Because you know what? I should have died in this accident. I was in a coma for 8 weeks. The guy that hit me, I can't think of his name, but I know his face. And I know who he lives with. He lives with Vicky Dyke. That's her boyfriend. Okay? He hit me. And he come up to me when I was down there last year. He came up to me, and I looked at him, and he says, you remember me? I said, oh, yeah, I remember you. That's all I said, because there's a bunch of people around. And all I was thinking was, I remember you every time I want to get out of bed. Every day I want to take a shower and I can't do it. Every time I want a glass of water and I can't get to it. Yeah, I think of you. I think you every time I go to roll over at every floor I have on my bottom. I think of you.
I'm so
I forgive you for my accident and put me in a wheelchair. But you and me got to talk about what you did to me, because you're still getting drunk. He got drunk down there, trashed a motorcycle that I was going to buy off of him. It was a Virago, and I have a Virago. I was going to bring it back to life. And he trashed his motorcycle. You want to know how I know? Because I made it home, and his girlfriend called me. Can you tell me why your phone number is in my boyfriend's pocket? I said, yeah. I said, I was going to buy a Virago. And she said, he ain't nothing but garbage now. He's in the hospital. He wrecked it. And that was 2 days after I got home. She calls me. He was in the hospital. He got trashed when I was down there. You know, and I told, I don't know if you know Francis Dykes.
I don't, but I've heard the name Dykes.
Okay, well, Francis Chad is her husband. Okay, so Chad and the guy that hit me are best friends. So I tell Francis I know who hit me. So you know that she knows who hit me, who put me in my wheelchair. I said, and I told her, I said, yesterday I texted her because I passed my driver. I was excited. I wanted everybody to know I passed my driver. I'm going to get in the damn car,
Right.
So she told me, she said, I'm so happy for you. And she says, I knew it. And then I told her, I says, I forgave the man that hit me. I forgive him for putting me in my wheelchair, but me and him are going to talk about every time how hard it is for me to do something. Every time I have to get out of bed. Everything I have to do what he's done to me.
Yeah.
I said, and I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, just because I value my life and you don't do yours because you're drinking and drugging and not giving a shit about your life, you took my life away from me. You took my nursing, that was my heart.
So you believe
my career away from me.
Yeah.
But I still keep my license current, and I'm going back to college. I want to finish my degree.
Well, and I'm sure that hurt a lot because you were raising your children down there, and now you're handicapped and you're in the country.
Right, and they're stealing off of me left and right because I can't watch my stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Lawnmower come up missing, weed eaters come up missing. They stole everything off of me. And this was after I bought another house on Webster Valley Road. They were still coming down the Webster Valley Road and stealing from me.
And the Dykes? Is that what you're saying?
Not the Dykes. I'm just saying whomever. Anybody off of
people in
Beach
the
Creek knew what I had. They was and knew I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't see anything going. They stole my chainsaw, everything I had in my garage. They were stealing all anything they could get money out of to get drugs.
So, you know what? Speaking of Beach Creek, let me ask you, do you know what was the is it a lot of crime down there when you were there?
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs. A lot of crimes. Yeah. A lot of people doing crazy shit to people, like killing them and taking them up in the mountain and burying them, and you don't find them. There were people sitting in my store because I had like a coffee clique that came down every morning at 8:00 when I opened up. They were there at 8:05, and I just made a coffee and let them serve themselves. I kept it going, and then I had a buffet set up, so I had breakfast buffet, so you could serve yourself, help yourself with all you can eat. I made biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs and bacon, and I had it set up for them. So and if they wanted toast, I said I'll make it for you fresh, so it's warm. And they would come down every morning. I could have made money down there, but I let this one girl, Linda Head, I let her. She told me, she says, "Oh, Linda, I can run this for you," because I had to go to work.
Right.
So I wanted somebody there while I worked 12 hours, and I worked those 3 days, 4 days a week. So I was going to have her open my store, and I'll get off, I'll close it.
Right.
Okay. In 3 months, I was $9,000 in debt for gas. She was giving full tanks of gas away. And the people, I'll tell you what, because I closed my store when my daddy died. I closed. I said,
So, what you're hearing is the ties coming out. There was another video I made I was thinking about showing you guys. Hold on a minute. Before I get off of here, let me go see which one it was. I gotta remember. And let me make sure I showed you everything I wanted to show as far as that's concerned with Chad and Bill. Hold on. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the Redmond. See how I've been taking it apart. Oh yeah, Ziggy wanted to do the Delphi case. Oh, here's something since we talked about 6 Up tonight. The court case between Ziggy and 6 Up. Oops, I wasn't sharing. Ziggy started her live the other day with a very short piece, 39 seconds, and I want you to listen.
I guess while we're waiting, I can address just really quickly, and I'm not going to talk about it today at all. But yes, I did go to court yesterday, and there's no judgment yet. So it was taken under advisement. There are a few things I want to discuss about it, but it's not going to be until after whatever happens. So we'll discuss it then, guys. But yes, and no, nobody showed up. It was just me there.
Good Lord, if that's true, then she's had, because it was, I know for a fact there was two.
Vicky Doxy's went along, that was talked about.
So Ziggy claims she went to court. You weren't bringing in the traffic sticks. Yeah. And we're going to, here, we could show that. Hold on. Oh, I got to do that through StreamYard. Give me 1 minute. I'm learning how to do these video files. I got to get these videos out to you guys. Hold on. Did I finish that one? Give me 1 second. Oh, the Knoxville one. I wanted to share. Hold on, let's share this one.
when he went and got that Coke, he come right here to try to get me to do Coke with him. I turned around and wanted
Wait,
to do
was it when he claimed that he went to?
$2,000 or
Yes,
whatever.
that was
Yeah.
on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he was doing it himself.
Yeah, he remember he said we were like, "You're not the crack fairy, Don. You weren't going around." He told me that he bought $2,000 worth of
I was
crack.
supposed to be the meth dealer.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to distract.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? It's not about. It's like, who cares about who's doing what drugs?
Meth giggle.
Trying to distract.
I know.
You know what I mean? And
I feel like that Summer B would. I feel like you got that. That's the way I feel. The way they talk. I mean, within 3 years, he done says you're dead. No remorse, no nothing. I mean, just.
you saw him. So you saw
He
him
come here.
after they called 911. He came here.
Yeah, 3 years.
And what was he doing? Was he high or
Yeah, he
drunk?
was drinking and stuff. It didn't act like it was nothing, you know.
And what did he tell you?
So far, like, this sounds exactly the same for the most part, except the chain or the walking or whether Candace was walking or driving, which, I mean, that's not even like anything about your own experience. That's just like us talking about somebody else. So I'm not even sure that's even a huge discrepancy. The main parts of it is, okay, so Dawn came down there 3 hours later.
Roughly around that time.
And that's
I didn't
similar.
Know at that time I had to be exact on every detail.
Yeah, that'd probably be about right, though. 3 hours later, right?
From the time she went missing, probably.
Yeah.
She doesn't
And then
want anybody
the
speaking to
fourth
Candace.
day, he takes off to Knoxville and don't come back for over a month.
Well, this story is the exact same as always. Pretty much the exact same. Taking off to Knoxville.
So they aren't really together. They're not together anymore.
No.
So what? You know for sure that he was home that day. Summer went missing on June 15th.
Yeah, I seen him.
What time do you know? Like,
He was early that morning, about 8, 9 o'clock.
That's exactly the same as always. You saw Dawn about early that morning. That's never changed. That's been exactly the same.
and he came down here, or you were down there.
You're even saying that the boys were with them. You know, and I asked.
What I'm showing you is she said, well, that's never changed. Bullshit, Ziggy. It started with Lady of the Night. Then we got Playboy. Then we got the lady who called you. Now there's this man who's seen Summer Wells with Tiffany Marie and was there. There's 22 children. Jody went over it. That's why I said the live Jody did is extremely interesting. I can't find the Tiffany and Ziggy live. I probably have it, but I didn't dig hard enough for it. But just like Candace, in the hoax call, you also mentioned 22 children. You changed it. There was a guy in court, a Mexican. Now that guy has a last name, and he's an American, and his last name is Dennis. I find it odd that these stories change consistently. Oh, remember when you said, or somebody said, there was Andy had family in Knoxville and their son was staying out there? Who said that? Do y'all remember that? I think that came from Ziggy's channel as well. With Prayer Garden, actually. All right, let's see what other video. I was looking for. There's some of these I don't. Here it is. The traffic.
Yeah, and so that's another thing that Don wanted to do is like act, because he tried to act like in this call that you would creep around on his properties and stuff like that, and like.
You creep on Don's property. The only time I was up there on Don's property, I asked him permission to be there.
He kept trying to like act like you brought in all this like traffic and stuff, like for like, yeah, and it was weird to me. It seems suspicious because.
Because somebody passes his driveway, mean it going to my house. So many houses pass his driveway.
Yeah. And he tried to act like since you got there, oh, there's so much traffic. Well, hello, you've been there before he'd even got there. Yeah. And it was weird how hard he was like pushing that. But then he would go from that to be like, oh, I like Fred though. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Fred. I just don't like the traffic that comes with them. Like, and totally like exaggerating certain things.
Or nothing. And they think I'm doing like, well, Dawn them thinks that loud over there because they got a camera down the hall. It shows everybody coming and going.
Well,
you know?
Yeah.
There ain't no traffic in here or nothing.
Well,
they are a lot of people around.
Where did the sale happen at? When you got busted though? Did it happen at 207 down there?
They got me at 165 where they come and got me, arrested me.
No. Where did the setup happen? Like
at 207.
Oh, so
that's where the buy was made at. Yeah, 207. Because that's where the.
So there was some traffic back there that come for drug sales, obviously, but. Did somebody come with that person? Did somebody come with that person?
Somebody brought that person.
Yeah.
A guy named Jason that brought jail that day.
Right.
I'll give you a heads up just in case, because I don't think weed's a big deal at all. I'd rather much.
Okay. So Jeff Everly was one of the first names that Fred ever mentioned. He said he stopped at Jeff's that day. Fred was set up by Jeff Everly. That's why he went to jail. And there was something recently that Fred talked about. I think it might be in this. But that had come up. And there's another one now. This other guy, Jason, brought Jeff to his house. It doesn't make fucking sense. None of it does. I want to know why the shit Fred says never fucking makes sense. Why he creates these elaborate stories that he has to go back and try to fix all the fucking time. There's proof that Jeff Everly was the one. It's in something. I seen paperwork or something. I can't remember. I seen something today. I've been looking at so much stuff going over this because it's just I don't, it's bullshit.
You know? Huh? We're big time drug dealers, didn't you?
Supposedly the big meth dealer in the area.
I was a smaller one.
Yeah.
I was a dealer, but I was a smaller dealer.
Yeah.
Two big ones. One of the biggest ones was a Davis.
Huh?
One of the biggest dealers was a Davis. He's in prison, not now.
The things he said about Davis, my video is not done. I'm hoping to finish that one. I'm so, like, there's so much to unpack. and what Fred said the other day. I have 12 videos made. I think I've showed you a total of 3 or 4. I have about 12 more to make, and then I can probably make 100 more out of these with the shit these people have said over the years. Plus, I want to go over Jody Sue's 10-hour live, because a lot of this shit was also said on Tiffany Marie's channel with a bigger emphasis on Knoxville. I think it's important that we listen to all of this, because what I feel is going on is Fred's lies are unraveling, and Jody Sue is now sending threats to Fred to unleash information about other things in Fred's past. And I don't know that she did that in this 10-hour live. I think she did a little bit. She accused Fred of R-ing another woman. We've heard Jody say that he attempted to R her, or did R her, not Jody, I'm sorry, Fred. Say that Jody accused him of that, and Jody will not respond to that accusation. I don't know why. But these are things we need to look at. We have heard Jose say that Fred and Laura ran around on their lawn naked while they were all high, methed up. Those are sexual deviant behaviors, in my opinion. We also know that their family, their whole family, was extremely involved in the rug scene, more so than Andy and Jody Sue, even though Karen Elliott went down in the same small amount of busts in the same time for the same drug that Andy and Jody went down for. We know Karen Elliott was stating, she had told me that her father would often pay debts to James Light for Fred in large amounts of money, like $10,000. I have a clip where 6 Up is showing Karen Elliott defending the fact that Fred accused her of stealing $27,000, which is really weird, because I wonder if Fred got that from the first reward fund, which was also the first amount put out was $27,000. So I look at things like that. Jody also recently has made a statement about it's Fred's whole family. Hey, Selena. It's Fred's whole family who was always fighting over land. I've had a live. Andy was in my live that night. He could vouch for it, where Fred was explaining the land boundaries, the property lines of Jody Sue and Andy's driveway, which was the main dispute with dogs. Fred is very in tune. Jody has recently said when Uncle or Grandpap or somebody sold Redmond's land, that the whole family, Fred's family, went up in arms. And Fred is very pissed off about it. Now, Redmond's acreage is something on the lines of, I think, 155 acres. That is a lot of land. And Fred used to learn how to ride horses, and him and Karen, his children, they would frequent Redmond's land, as it was in their family. We heard Karen say that the other day. She did it in the interview with 6 Up. I showed that. Ziggy was already accusing the parents when she met Fred. Yeah, she was. And then she changed it to Andy and Jody Sue after speaking to Fred. these things are all just really strange to me. And to me, it's odd behavior. I think, hey, Selena, did I say hello? I'm about to end. I feel so bad because you just came in. Seems Quentin didn't have to undress Laura with his eyes. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And these are all the things I plan on showing. I just got to remember, I sort of kind of just go live on the whim because before all my lawsuits and stuff, I really just mainly made videos. I didn't go live. The last 3 years, I've gotten a lot more comfortable going live. It's easier. And it doesn't take as much time as making the videos. However, I really love making my videos, but it's hard to get the content out. I'm only one human. I don't have all the help like Penny did with Linda in the background, getting emails, and Scott and Crama and Gavel and all these people working together. I literally do everything by my fucking self. Sometimes I'll have my husband screenshot shit. Like, he screenshot JL Hill's obituary for me and sent it to me in Messenger the other day. You know? Yeah, the nudist colony. Jody talks about that. That's another weird thing. They actually have one near their home, a real one. Pam, it's so odd. I can't see. Let me remove this. You know what? I'm actually going to end. I can't see my comments on the screen. Seems Quentin did. Oh, the nudist colony. Yeah, that's it. I'm caught up. Okay, guys. I'm going to head off. I'm going to say Pesamore, peace and love. I'll probably have a later live afternoon tomorrow. I got to figure out which videos I showed you all and which ones I'm going to re-show and all that other stuff and try to make some more videos. So maybe even a late evening tomorrow, or today, whatever. But thank you all for being here. And I'm going to say it again, Pesamore, peace and love. Good night. See you all later. Bye.